in this video, I'm going to go over what a correlation coefficient is. All right, before we begin, go ahead and pause the video and write this down or take a screenshot so that you have an idea of where the actual correlation coefficient lies on a number line to determine whether it's a strong positive correlation or a strong negative correlation or no correlation at all. So basically, looking at this number line, it's a strong correlation if that decimal is closer to 1. The closer it is to 0, it's considered a weak positive correlation. And then also on the other side, it's a strong negative correlation as long as that decimal is closer to -1. If it's much closer to 0, it becomes a little bit weak. The only time is no correlation at all is when r equals 0. Let's look at a few examples. Now, as you can see, it's a positive correlation when r equals 1. It's definitely a strong positive correlation. And r equaling 1 will obviously lie right there. That is a perfect positive correlation. That's very, very strong. Now, if you have something like r equals 0.96, you see that's a positive number, right? And 0.96 will fall close to right over here. So that will be considered a strong positive correlation. Another example, if I have 0.90, that will fall closer to 1, somewhere right here. That's also positive correlation, strong positive correlation. 0.88, that's another example. As long as it's closer to 1, it's considered a strong positive correlation. Now, if it's a decimal that's more like 0.6, well, that's going to be a little closer to 0.5. That's considered a weak positive correlation. Still positive correlation, but it's a little bit weaker because it's further away from 1. Another example could be like r equals 0.45, which will fall somewhere over here. That's considered a weak positive correlation because it's further away from 1. No correlation at all, right there in the middle, r equals 0. Now, a weak negative correlation, example for that could be negative 0.43, which will fall right here on the number line, somewhere right there on the number line. As you can see, it is further away from -1, so that's considered to be weak. An example of a strong negative correlation could be negative 0.93, which will fall somewhere over here. See how it's much closer to -1? That's what makes it a strong negative correlation. And then, of course, the perfect negative correlation will be r equaling -1. And that's